CPoe. And we're fortunate to have Dr. Poe with us because he has been with us on a number of occasions. And at each session, he brings a lot of excellent information. And Dr. Poe, as I said, we're just delighted to have you here. But now, what I'd like to do this morning is to talk about, as you indicated, a case for forgiveness. What is the case for forgiveness this morning? And I guess after we talk about your background, your education, and some of the things that motivated you to do what you do, then I think we'll talk about the question to you will be to give us the case for forgiveness. Why should people forgive? But first, let's talk about your background, your education, and some of the things that were important in terms of leading you to us this morning.
I came to Tennessee State University in 1956. Finished there in 1960. I went to Meharry and finished there in 1964. Did an internship in Chicago and was drafted into the military. And after I completed 2 years in the military, I came back and did a residency in psychiatry in Berkeley, California. And was in practice in California for a period of about 9 years. Came back to Nashville in '76, where I worked at Meharry Medical College for a while. And for about the last 2 years now, I've been in practice, private practice in Dixon, Tennessee. I'm also an assistant minister of a church in Laverne, Tennessee called Christ Miracle Chapel.
And so, Dr. Poe, you've been involved in this whole question of forgiveness yourself for a long time, and you really have counseled a large number of folks in terms of the idea of forgiveness. Ordinarily, though, Dr. Poe, when we think in terms of dealing with forgiveness, I think that we think in terms of the church more than anything else. But you're trying to broaden that as a psychiatrist this morning to tell us the case. What is the case for why should people forgive, Dr. Poe?
Well, there's been quite a bit of research done over the last, I'd say, 20 years. And the research shows that there are health benefits for persons who are willing to practice forgiveness. I'm reminded of some research that was done a few years ago at Stanford University by a psychologist by the name of Dr. Fred Luskin. He took 2 groups of students and he advised one group to imagine getting even with persons who had hurt them in the past. He advised the other group to imagine forgiving those people who had hurt them in the past. They did muscle tension reading and blood pressure readings before the experiment began, before he asked them to either forgive or to get even. And they found out that the group that practiced forgiving persons who had offended them in the past, their muscle tension was lower.